Choosing between I and me. This lesson has to do with when is it appropriate to use I and when is it appropriate to use me in your writing. So, as you recall from previous lessons, I is a subject pronoun and me is an object pronoun. So, we tend to use I at the beginning of sentences and we tend to use me towards the end of sentences. So, another way that I like, another little trick that I use is taking away some of the words. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Bob and blank went to the zoo on Tuesday. Bob and I went to the zoo on Tuesday. Bob and me went to the zoo on Tuesday. So if I'm having a hard time deciding, I take this part away. And I didn't want to underline that. I want to cross it out. And then I just decide, what would I put right here? Blank went to the zoo on Tuesday. I went to the zoo on Tuesday. Me went to the zoo on Tuesday. Well, me sounds funny, but I sounds correct. And so by taking away these words, I can figure out what goes here because this would be the subject all on its own. So that helps me to hear what it sounds like. So let's take a look at this one. Bob gave Harold and blank a purple crayon. Mom gave Harold and I a purple crayon. Mom gave Harold and me a purple crayon. You might have immediately said, I think that's supposed to be I. But here, let's do this. Let's take out the Harold and part and see what we think. Mom gave I a purple crayon. Mom gave me a purple crayon. Me sounds better there, and me is the correct answer. We sometimes get so caught up in always saying mom and I, Bob and I, my husband and I, that we don't use me correctly. So take these words out, then see what sounds best. Let's try another one. May Sybil and blank have an ice cream cone after supper? May Sybil and I have an ice cream cone after supper? May Sybil and me have an ice cream cone after supper? Let's take out Sybil and try it. May I have an ice cream cone after supper? May me have an ice cream cone after supper? What sounds best? May I. All right. And then, of course, we're only taking these words out to determine what fits in there best. We're not actually removing them from the sentence. So let's look at our fourth sentence here. Benjamin will go with you and blank to Mammoth Cave. Benjamin will go with you and I to Mammoth Cave. Benjamin will go with you and me to Mammoth Cave. Let's take out the you and then determine. Benjamin will go with I to Mammoth Cave. Benjamin will go with me to Mammoth Cave. So me is the correct answer because me is the object of this preposition. All right, up here, me is the object, the direct object. Up here, or on this one, let's see, we're not really going to take those out of the sentence. On our last one here, Charlie and blank will put up the Christmas tree tomorrow. Charlie and I will put up the Christmas tree tomorrow. Charlie and me will put up the Christmas tree tomorrow. So we're going to take out Charlie and. I will put up the Christmas tree tomorrow. Me will put up the Christmas tree tomorrow. I sounds the best because I is part of the subject here. This is a compound subject, Charlie and I. So this should have I here. Mom gave who or what. I actually think up here I said this was the direct object. It's not. Crayon's the direct object, but that's irrelevant.